We all know that during the 9 days between Rosh Chodesh Av and Tisha B'Av, the minhag is not to eat meat and not to drink wine. Two specific problems. And we think that this is a kind of an easy matter to fulfill. Just don't drink the wine and don't eat any meat. I mean, that's easy enough. But in fact, there are specific halachic problems connected to each of these prohibitions and each of these customs that we have accepted. Drinking wine, for example, I mean, that's easy enough. You don't drink wine. But what did you do last night on Motzei Shabbat about Havdalah? Motzei Shabbat, as you know, was the second day of Av and the first of the days that lead to Tisha B'Av. And therefore, we should not drink any wine. In my house, I made Havdalah, and the Havdalah was made on grape juice, not on wine, and then the grape juice was drunk by one of my grandchildren who conveniently happened to be there. So you see that even though Havdalah is the Havdalah of Havdalah, may even be a mitzvah min haTorah. But certainly drinking wine in Havdalah is an addition of the Rabbanan. Nevertheless, the minhag, which prohibits us from drinking wine during these days, that minhag takes priority over the custom of drinking wine at Havdalah every Motzei Shabbat. So in fact, there are different minhagim. One is to do as I did and have a child drink the wine or the grape juice that you make Havdalah with. The other might be for the person who makes Havdalah to drink the wine as an exception, because that is that's the one time of the year that there's a conflict between the minhag and the obligation of Havdalah. And whichever minhag you're used to, whichever minhag you know about, you should make note of it, and that's what you're going to do next year on Motzei Shabbat, which falls during the 9 days. The second point that I wanted to make was this. We don't eat meat during the 9 days. And not eating meat includes not eating chicken, for example. Chicken and meat have become the same over time. I mean, it may be that originally meat was meat and chicken was something else. But as far as we are concerned today, chicken and meat are the same. So we don't eat meat, we don't eat chicken. Basar b'chalav, mixing meat and milk together, also includes chicken, mixing chicken and meat together. So what happens, obviously, you can't eat a piece of meat, but you can't even eat something that's fleishik, like a soup that was made with the meat, but you took the meat out and you're left with a fleishik kind of a mix. That certainly is also prohibited. However, and this is an important point which is noted by the Mishnah Berurah as well, if you make food, non-meat food, in a meat pot, clean meat pot, then it is permitted to eat that non-meat food that you made even during the 9 days. Because then the idea that bitul takes place, that you could kind of discard the taste of the meat that was in the walls of the pot, there was certainly more than 60 times as much of the food that you were actually cooking, and therefore it is permitted to eat that food during the 9 days, even though we don't eat meat during the 9 days, and we don't even eat food that was cooked with meat during the 9 days, but food that was cooked in a pot that we call fleishik, right, a fleishik pot, then you can eat that food during the 9 days.